So I'm here at the bus stop and ride, and I'm gonna get a bus to Newport, get off. I'm gonna pop into the grocery store there just to get stuff for lunch, and then get back on the bus and ride it all the way basically to the end as far as I can go towards the Needles, and then I'm gonna get off there. And there's about a 4 and change mile hike that I'm gonna try to do. My ankle's feeling still sore, but okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and wear that little brace thing that I got yesterday, try that out, see if it works. Yeah, I don't imagine this is gonna be hardcore. Like the skies, it's pretty gray today. It's not that cold. I think the wind has died down, which is helpful, but it's probably gonna be windy down where I'm going. So we'll see how we go. And I'll take you along. Well, I'm in Newport, and I just ducked into the shop and got stuff for lunch. Also got some juice. They have different flavors of Naked here. This is a passion fruit mango guava, which sounds really good. It doesn't have pineapple juice in it, which is rare. So I'm allergic to pineapple juice, in case you heard, pineapple in general. So now it's to find a bus to take me all the way out to the Needles. Well, I made it to the amusement parky part of the Needles. So now I'm gonna go walk, see if I can get started on the hike. Well, it seems that like the paid attraction, like the old batteries and stuff, nothing opens until 10:30. It's currently about 9:30. So I was gonna do this hike in a counterclockwise fashion. It's like a big loop, and that would take me to this stuff first. So I think I might go the opposite direction. So maybe this stuff will be open by the time I get there. So let's see. Probably just all around, I'm here early. First cattle on trail. I had to like walk right by them. It was mildly terrifying, but it was fine. Yes, I didn't love it either. Replica. Okay, now I'm officially on the coast path again. I'm gonna go walk towards Tennyson Town, which is, I think that's the monument for it up there. Okay, I am close to the monument thing. About halfway up the little hill. That's where I came from. So I'm pretty sure that on the other side of this hill, like it just goes down, and that's where Freshwater Bay is. And I think had I did to do over again, I might have started in Freshwater Bay and just done, like gone all the way up. I was contemplating, like if I was gonna do the loop, I would have ended here. I was like, oh, I could just go down the hill and it would be fine. Obviously I didn't do that because stuff wasn't open, but yeah, I would skip the random cow field and just come up there and go that way. So, note. Just a little overview. Again, a map at the end of me doing whatever I'm doing. Okay, so I started here and I went kind of here, up, out to there, I believe. That's the viewpoint. Yeah, I think that's the cross thing that I saw. Then I came back and I'm here. I'm gonna go look at this stuff and then go back this way. This is the one that makes it like an 8-mile hike, I believe. But that my ankle are not gonna really be friends, so we're gonna not do that. There are the Needles. Apparently there used to be one more like really narrow one. I'm guessing in the middle there, but maybe at the end, I don't know. And they called it Lot's Wife, but it like fell into the ocean like maybe, I think a couple hundred years ago. It's been a while, I don't know, might be wrong. It also could have been some random one just like out there, I don't know. But I know that there was a pillar that called that. This is cool. I love how blue the water is because the rocks are so white. But it's interesting that it's also that like dirt color that is like other parts of the island. And this is the old battery built into the cliff here. Spot for the day. Got my sandwich. And then there's the Needles. That's the new battery, which you have to pay to go into, and it just seems like you walk around with the new battery, which I don't really care about a battery. I'll probably walk down there and see if I can get a better view of the Needles without going in when I'm done eating, but for now, this is my view. Not too bad. Oh, and I think that in the distance, I'm not sure if I think that's Dorset, where I'm going next. I've heard on a clear day you can see the Portland Bell, or like the Isle of Portland, which I think would be out there somewhere. Could be wrong though, but yeah, I think that might be, well, I don't know. We'll see. I have to look at that. I might see these guys. I'm terrified at how big they are. Like, look at that. Look at that. That's the size of a cat. Why? The crows were getting just a little too close for my comfort, so yeah, I decided to finish lunch elsewhere. It's like an old wall that is like literally fallen into the sea. I bet it was part of this battery situation here. Wild. Very official sign. Old battery. Apparently only this little peninsula is this chalk. Then it kind of turns back into that sand stuff again. Weird. I mean, it doesn't match the mainland. That like sand stuff. And it's only once you get that way that it starts to become chalky. Okay, I'm back to the car park again. Time to go from hiking mode to normal human mode. And I'm back. Head's still the same, but clothing is different. I kept my sneakers on because ankle stability. But let's see what I can do without buying a ticket. Gotta wonder what these actual humans would say about having ice cream parlors named after them. So, Queen Victoria, her husband Prince Albert, and I think Beatrice is one of their kids. Wild. Oh, sorry for the weird shot. There's a ton of children, and I'm trying not to put other people's children on the internet. So, yeah. Okay, this is the major attraction. There's like this chairlift thing. Think ski lift, but you go down a cliff to the beach. I'm gonna walk to the beach. I'm not doing the chairlift because I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid that the chairlift is going to break because it looks a little rusty, let's put it that way. The bottom of the little footpath, just a bunch of stairs. Those are the chair people. That's what I think is some sort of like English language camp. All the kids, teenagers, they're all speaking what sounds to me like an Eastern European language that I can't like place. And they all just left in a pack of like 30 of them. I'm so thrilled to have missed them. I'm sure they're lovely, but they're very loud. And this is why I was like, if something were to fall, or if that cliff face were to give way, this would be problematic. Or even if like this had fallen. Yeah, I would like to have my own life in my own hands. Thank you very much. Oh, but there's the Needles. Nice. Down to the beach that I was looking at from up there. And there's a pack of children. I think they're like, I'm gonna guess 10 maybe, clearly on some sort of school trip. They're keeping to themselves. They're a little loud, but seemingly generally well behaved. Then there's a pack of 4 literal adult men who are throwing rocks at each other. Like, what? What is happening right now? So I'm like past all of them, trying to chill. I think I'm gonna put my feet in the water for a little bit. It's very nice. Windier, colder than it was yesterday when I was laying on the beach. Not quite as much direct sun, a lot cloudier, but quite lovely. And a great view of the Needles. So when the water's really murky around this part of the country, usually this is why. You can kind of see right here, it's the like chalk sand that gets pulled up and mixes. Because there's not a lot here, you can kind of see the separation, but when there's a lot, it's just all this like kind of cloudy from the chalk. Now I imagine you kind of see the darker where there's like that line of demarcation. I think that's a little bit of a drop off, and then beyond that is the like white chalky rock, and then above is this more like sandstone gravel color. That's why I douse myself in bug spray. Do you see all of the flies? All of the flies. My back was the only thing that doesn't have any bug spray on. Actually, that's a lie. I put some on the very middle of it. So good to know that my bug spray works. I'm gonna go back up. I've already come the first half, and then I was gonna catch the bus to Totland, but it seems like this is implying that Totland is 1 mile that direction. So I think I'm gonna give reverting that plan, because that says to me biting flies live here, and I've already been attacked enough. So I'm gonna go upstairs. The garlic farm does apparently produce garlic, but also like other things like you would find in any sort of like farm shop. Good to know, good to know. Okay, so I just got to Totland, and I'm gonna go head down towards the coast and see if there's a little bit of walking I can do down there. Lovely. I'm pretty sure I was just on the other side of that hill and over a little bit. Little pier. I've heard the Isle of Wight called, like, or be referred to as England in miniature. Like, there's a little bit of all these different parts of England that are just in one little small concentrated place, which I can see why people refer to that. Like, landscape wise, like the different types of rock, and then there's downs, and there's cliffs, and there's the beach, and there's all these different things that remind me of many of the places I've been in, like greater England. But it's weird because it's like a little taste of everything. It's like saying, you know, an island the size of Manhattan housed the United States in miniature. Like, obviously that's a drastic example, but like that's kind of what it feels like. Like, it's like a nod, but not quite the thing that I'm used to, so it's kind of weird. I will also say there's a lot more London tourism here than there is in a lot of the other places. Like, it almost doesn't feel like an island. Like, I think because it's so close to the mainland, like literally the mainland's like, you can right there, that land, that's the mainland. So it feels like we're a lot closer. Like, I had the same feeling when I visited Brighton, where it just kind of felt like, okay, London went to the beach. And this kind of feels like, okay, London went to an island, kind of an island. I don't know, I usually feel like islands are their own personality, their own entity. Like last year when I was on, where I was visiting around the Isles of Scilly, like I really felt like they were their own thing, even though they're very close to, you know, the Cornwall coast. And like even the Isle of Man, very similar size, I think, to the Isle of Wight, but it felt like its own thing in a different way. And certainly the smaller islands that I visited. So I don't know, like, I'm really glad I came because I've been so curious about this place, but I think that there'll probably be lots of other places I'd want to go see first before coming back here. Like, this isn't gonna be on the short list for next year or anything like that. It's been lovely though. So let's go see what I can find. Disappointing. You can tell that people have moved this and are probably still walking this part of the path, but obviously that part's not gonna be functional. I'm guessing there was some sort of landslip or something like that, so I'm not gonna mess with it. Too bad though. Okay, I think again this this coastal path is leading me astray. So before I get frustrated, I'm just gonna go get the bus and take it to Yarmouth, walk around there for a little bit, and then see where the afternoon takes me. It's like 2:30. These public footpaths might be a little bit more useful than the coastal one, so I'm gonna try. Just got stopped by another British couple asking me for directions. I did know the answer this time, which was exciting, but it's good to know that I'm not the only one who can't follow these sides to save my life. Okay, it spit me out into this field. There's one other turn I can take. I might go try that. But parks. So they have manual little exercise things with that dude's on. This climbing slide in a mountain structure. They have a zip line, which is what those things are. What is clearly for very small, tiny children over there. Swings behind it. And then a rickety old slide over there. But yes. Park, your park of the day on the Isle of Wight. I'm on the right path. Made it to Cole, something like that. And they had the Isle of Wight ice cream, so I had to get some. It's growing on me. I'm going 9.25. It's just, I can't get over the color, but it's really good. I didn't try and take that route anyway. It's definitely closed up over there. Good call, me. Okay, given the bus times and how far away from where I'm staying I am, there's a bus in about 10 minutes from this stop in Colwell Bay, or Colwell, I guess. And if I hop on this bus and then connect to Newport, I'll be back to my place at like 5:30, a little before that. And that seems a good time to be back. Enough time to have a shower, get some dinner, you know, those sorts of things. So I think I'm gonna skip Yarmouth. There really doesn't seem to be a ton there, so I don't feel that bad about it. I was kind of hoping I could get one of the open top buses back, but the timing isn't just gonna work out. Like, I either have to kill an hour or two in Yarmouth, and there's just not enough time, like not enough to do there for that to be what I want to spend my time doing. So I'm just gonna get the number 7 and connect to the 9 and be done with it. But it's been a good day. Like, I think this pacing today was really nice. I had a lot of time to like stop and rest and like kind of enjoy the scenery and enjoy the experience and not just like power through. So and I still did like almost 9 miles of like walking, hiking today. So I'm hoping that I can have more days like today going forward. So I'm back in town. I got fish and chips at the Codfather place. I'm gonna try it. This one seems to be the most busy, but the one literally next door is the one I got last time, and that one is the highest rated on the strip, so we'll see. The other one looked more appetizing, but we'll see how it tastes. And I also got a local beer to try. Okay. I think the other one's probably a little better, but it's not that it's like empirically better. It's just like a personal preference better. Like the batter on this is a little firmer. The chips are a little mushier, which is not really my deal, but they're both really good. And this is really good too. So me and this gold sticker agree. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. I'm gonna eat this. I'll leave tomorrow morning, so I probably wanna like get myself together a little bit, pack a little. And then it's travel day to Weymouth. So that's what's next. Bye.